We're now joined by Principal O'Brien from Galvindale High School. Thank you for joining us, Sam. I just want to know from you, attending the training and the workshop today, how has it been for you? What are some of the take-ins that you have?
Being here and the social evils and severity of the social evils we face, especially sexual abuse and assault in our community, programs of these nature is an absolute necessity.
Yes.
But it has to filter further than this. It has to filter right down to grassroots level, and I'm talking about primary schools as well. Because not only sexual abuse, but also drug abuse is prevalent in primary schools. And I think the focus should be two-pronged, both on primary schools and high schools. But it's an absolute necessity that we have advocacy, especially in our communities, where the evil will not only be rooted out in schools, it has to be rooted out in households. And that should be the starting point.
Begins from the communities. Have you encountered some of these incidents at your school specifically?
Not as severe as some of the cases I've listened to. You do have cases, and they have been reported to the proper authorities.
Okay. And what are some of the measures that you've put in place to prevent some of these incidents to happen at your school?
At schools, we have resident social workers that come around. We also have health services, school nurses that come around, and their focus would be on the grade 8s and 9s as they enter the high school phase, to address those learners and to address these pertinent issues about sexual abuse, about sexuality, and all those things that go with it.
Now, would you say that these means, as you said, that these are advocacy, initiatives and awareness initiatives? Do you think they are far-reaching so far, or there's still more that needs to be done on the ground?
Given the state that our communities are in, there's always more to be done. But it's a very important starting point, that we can take from here whatever we've learned and then go back to our bases and then spread the message. And hopefully from there, those messages will be spread to households as well. So absolutely, it's been fantastic being here, and it's an eye-opener in many aspects.
Thank you so much, Mr. O'Brien. Lastly, what would you like to say to the Department of Basic Education or the National Department of Education?
We need to go back to basics. It really takes a village to raise a child. And unfortunately, we know that in our villages these days, parents are not playing their role. So it's up to us as the soldiers in the trenches, I would call them, the educators. It's up to us to make that difference. It's up to the Department of Basic Education to really see to it that not only do our educators make the difference, but that they're also motivated and rewarded for being those last bastions of hope and faith in our communities.
Absolutely, thank you.
Only a pleasure.